and welcome back to Millennial Life. I'm your host, Laura Odegaard, and today we are joined by a very special guest. We have 17-year-old entrepreneur and digital marketing mastermind, Jade Darmawangsa.
Thank you, Laura, for making me be here. I love this so much. I was walking down Beverly Hills and I was like, wow, there's like a bunch of creators, because I come from like a smaller town, and made me really excited just to be here.
Yeah,
so thank you.
We're really excited to have you. And I actually found Jade on your YouTube, and I was absolutely blown away. If anyone watching this, if you're trying to start a social media or grow your social media, or if you have a business or a brand and you're trying to grow the social media, you seriously need to check out her YouTube because it is so helpful. And what I love about Jade is you are straight to the point. Thank you. There's no fluff, there's no BS. Like, she's given what you need to know, straight to the point. And where did you learn all this? Because you're so young, you're only 17. So how did you get into this? How did you figure all this out? Take us back to the beginning.
Okay, so I want to start off with maybe the first day I got started. I think the first day I can remember is I had a YouTube channel where I played with dolls, because right when YouTube came out, it was just so cool to just play what you had and make films. So that was like 8-year-old Jade when YouTube just came out. I found out about YouTube because my dad is a digital marketer as well, and I actually was born in Los Angeles. We were, my dad's a USC Trojan, so go Trojans.
Fight on!
And I remember just like my dad working in business, I don't really care about it until I was like, wait, there's a way to make people watch your videos and market it. I'm like, okay, because I was making doll videos and no one was watching. So I was like 8-year-old, I was like, what am I gonna do? And then I didn't know. I remember going to Walmart and actually interacting with the cash registers, like, can you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel?
Oh my
gosh. And I didn't know that was called like word of mouth marketing.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I grew up like, then I moved to Washington. I'm from like Portland, Oregon, in the Pacific Northwest now. But when I was there, I was realizing that, hey, I kind of grew out of, let's start something new. And I loved makeup and fashion, started another YouTube channel. I literally kept starting multiple brands, and until I built another YouTube channel based on selling toys. And I remember that the first thing I sold was on Amazon. It was keychains. And I actually remember kind of doing this at a point where I received like 5K in sales a month as a 10-year-old. And then my teachers were like, nope, that's not cool. So they just stopped selling.
So were you selling them at school?
Okay, I was selling them in school and offline, online. And I remember, because like some school people wanted me to give it to them in hand, and some people wanted me to ship it through YouTube. And I was like, okay, let me think about it, because I don't know what to do. And then they were literally saying that they made a rule that I can't sell in school because it's distracting. So I stopped. And I think what happened from 11 to like 16, 17 is I just got so caught up with what people thought, because I remember my teachers were like, this is illegal. Not really, but they were like.
Well, when you're that young, like an adult says something to you, like it's very serious. It feels very serious, and it's not until you're older that you look back and you're like, I don't care.
Yeah,
or why
I think
did I care?
That's the thing. When I realized, it kind of clicked literally in my mind when I was like, wait, why do I care what Regina says? You know?
Yeah.
I was in bed last summer, and I was like, on my YouTube, and I was watching other entrepreneurs crushing it, and I think it was just finding that, oh my gosh, social media has more people doing what I'm doing. It's just like my town is, just because my town isn't doing it, it doesn't mean there's something wrong. So that's when I asked my dad, I was like, hey, teach me everything you know. I heard you do some business thing. And I had no idea that my dad owned like a marketing company. I was like, I have everything here. So I started every day attending his meetings. He's like, okay, Jade, the time is ready.
And how old were you at this point?
I was 15, 16. And I'd actually started training, kind of attending his meetings and doing everything for like 2.5 years. And then when I started YouTube, again, because I realized, I was like, I already wanted it, I dropped out of school. And that was actually a year ago.
So how long were you making videos before you dropped out of school?
Consistently, I was doing it for a year, but throughout it's been kind of 8 years on social total.
Because I know that you upload every day, which is rare for
hard.
YouTubers. Well, I mean, maybe it's not rare for them to upload every day, but she uploads quality content. That's what I should clarify. You upload quality content every day, and I think that's really rare. And in my opinion, I feel like that's why you're growing so crazy fast, because you're growing super fast. I mean, what is your growth like right now?
So I went from 0 to 1,000 in a year, 1,000 to 2,000. And in 2018, I went from 2,000 to almost 38,000. And then on Instagram, it's also conjunctionally growing at like overall 50,000. So I think over the span of 3 years, I grew over to 60,000 subscribers and audiences. And I think one of my videos, I'm not sure where you found me though, it was like one of them had reached a couple million views, total streams.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at on YouTube. And then my biggest passion has been helping people like Laura or someone who wants to start a brand, who just wants to get some more attention for their work and become an influencer and monetize off of it.
Yeah.
So I built kind of a coaching business on top to help people one-on-one.
Yeah, I actually, so my other job, I work for a tech startup and I do digital marketing for a tech startup, and I was trying to figure out the best way to run an Instagram ad for our company. And that's how I found you, and I was like just hooked. I'm like watching these YouTubes and I'm like, oh my, like just mind blown. And all of it, I'm like, oh my, this would have taken me 6 months to figure out on my own. And you know, in a week, I learned it from you.
Right.
So it was like, she's awesome. But I want to talk about your coaching calls.
Yeah.
So what do you do for your coaching calls?
So,
who are your coaching, I mean, no names or anything, but who are your, you know, who is your typical client for a coaching call?
Got it. So I think it goes to two separate tendencies. So I want someone who's a brand that is a startup. I love working with startups because typically they're the risk takers. They're the people that just, their business is their baby and they'll do anything. So I help them get to a startup phase. So one of them is just very young professional brands. Think about kombucha, one of it's apparel. And it's typically around the West Coast. This is why I'm in LA to meet a few clients there to help them get some more sales. But recently it's been people who are artists, music artists and influencers. So whether you make a beat on SoundCloud and you want to become Instagram famous, or you feel like your brand as a model needs to be taken to the next level because you need more brands to work with you. I work with people just in the very creative space because I feel like a lot of people are great at their craft, but they don't know how to freaking get it out to the public. And it gives them less hope that they can make it into a career. I was always taught that you could do what you love, but not make as much money from it. Because, like I came from like an Asian background where you have to go to like school. Like it's really crazy because in my family, I'm like the lost dog, basically. I'm not, everyone's a USC Trojan or everyone is literally going to MIT, all these elite schools, and I'm just chilling with my social. And it's so interesting because I want to give that hope to someone who also wants to go a different path.
Another thing that I really love about your website, and you talk about why for entrepreneurs your health is so important. And I know that you exercise all the time. I know that you're getting into cooking. That is fun to watch.
Cooking, that's a joke.
But I love that you emphasize, you know, how being an entrepreneur is, you know, it's really important if you're an entrepreneur to focus on your health. And I just wanted to ask you, like, you know, what do you, like, why do you think it's so important, or what's your take on, you know, why you have to take care of yourself as an entrepreneur?
Got it. I think my huge motivation for being healthy is right when I was leaving from Portland to LA, I made a bet with my dad. Hey, if I can sustain myself, will you guys be healthy? Because I came from a family, this does not sound, it doesn't mean to sound sad, but like I really just wish my parents took their health seriously because I feel like a lot of the stress they have is because whether it's eating right or working out, nothing too crazy, it'll really help them become happy. Because when I was younger, it was like a financial struggle, so they don't like, when you're focusing on money, you can't think much about health.
Yeah, you can't think about much other things.
But like also goes to vice versa, if you're not healthy, you can't think about building a business. So I would, my bet with my dad is to be healthy and sustain myself in LA, and then my parents would become like vegan, like not vegan, but they would try an LA type healthy lifestyle. So I really value daily workouts and a very healthy portion of, I used to be like in a, I don't know, have you heard of like the ketosis diet?
I'm in LA. I have heard of every diet that's happening right now.
That's a good fit for me. Everyone's super motivating me to like get on the grind, and yeah, it helps me with mindset because I don't know, I eat like a lot of bad foods. Like I can't think, like I just literally want to sleep.
Totally. I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
I just sleep.
We're going to cut to a super quick commercial break, but when we come back, we are going to keep on chatting with Jade and about her millennial life. Stay tuned.
All right, stand by. Take it back into the center camera.
Okay. Welcome back to Millennial.
Stand by.
What? Okay.
Center camera, this one here. All right, cool. Go ahead.
Welcome back to Millennial Life. I'm your host, Laura Odegaard, and we're here today with 17-year-old millennial entrepreneur and digital marketing guru, Jade Dharmalongza.
Hi, Lauren.
So welcome back, everyone. Jade and I, we were just talking about health and how it's so important for entrepreneurs. If you are starting your own business, starting your own company, your own brand, whatever, it's really important to take care of your health because you're on your own. You got to take care of it.
Right. Actually, I recently moved in last week, and I don't know how to adult. Like I'm 17, so I was like,
you're not an adult. You are an adult, but you're like
it's
a very.
It sucks.
You're at like the very, very base of adults right now. You're a baby adult.
I got introduced to SoulCycle, very LA.
Very LA.
I think acai are literally my love, but they're like $13 bowls. I'm just trying to think and kind of like see, and also got a parking ticket. I'm really adapting to LA culture.
You're really hitting all the now all you need is for someone to scratch your car in the parking lot.
Oh really? Just like skid it?
Yeah, just like hit it and no note. There'll be no note.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's probably next on your not good things about LA to happen.
It already happened in like the span of 3 days, so I'm sure it's gonna happen soon. It's gonna happen.
Well, no, I'm gonna send you good vibes that it does not happen.
Hoping so.
Not happening. So I wanted to ask you, these are our millennial life questions that we ask all of our guests, and this just helps us learn a little bit more about them.
Cool.
So, first question, are you a morning or night person?
Oh, for sure, morning, because I used to do a thing where I woke up at 4:30 every day. And then it became really tedious. I'm like, why am I doing this? But I realized that it came natural. So my body wakes up at 5:30 naturally. I don't know how. It just, because I set it to 4:30, it magically does 5:30 now.
Wow. So, I'm a morning person, and I tell people like, yeah, I just naturally wake up at like 7, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's so early, but 5:30.
It's not that bad. It's so exhilarating. When no one's awake in LA, it's just so nice too. Because it's just like, you feel empowered. It's the best.
That is true. And you don't have to deal with the traffic. That's key. Like, yeah, speaking of taking care of your health, just wait. A few months in LA traffic, your mental health will be like
road rage.
Road rage to the extreme. No, but you seem very calm, and I don't think that'll happen.
Okay.
Do you prefer phone calls or text messages?
Okay, depends on the person. If it's like my mom, call me. I don't want texting, no. But if it's a friend, let's text, because I feel like whenever you get a phone call from someone, you're like, if it's not important, I'm not gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
So definitely depends on who it is.
Depends on the situation.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you use any dating apps?
Okay, so I'm legally not allowed to use Tinder.
Oh, that's right. You're not 18 yet.
But there's one called, there's a new one. Have you heard Hinge?
I've heard of Hinge. Yes.
It's cool. I like the concept.
I like the concept a lot.
Isn't it? You have your mutual friends and Facebook.
So you kind of know they're not going to be like a huge creep. Or if they are a huge creep, then you know which friend to blame, right? Because you can see which friend.
So I tried Hinge once, and it's interesting.
It's interesting. Any funny, awkward, cool
my version of Hinge is actually through just Instagram DMs. A lot of the guys I friends with are just through DMs, and we don't need to use Hinge. But one encounter is someone asked me, because Laura and I were talking about it, but I don't actually, people don't know I'm 17 when they look at me in the beginning.
They don't. I would not have guessed that she was 17, and especially if you watch her YouTube videos, because she's so smart and put together. I was watching them, I'm like, she must be 25. She's so smart.
So this one guy, he didn't know I was underage. He's like, can I take you to happy hour? And I don't know what hour meant. I was like, oh, you mean coffee? And then I actually had to break it to him, listen, I'm 17. And he didn't reply. I was like, what the heck, dude?
He probably felt like such a creep. He was like, I can't.
It's not his fault. It's okay.
It's okay.
I get it a lot.
Oh, well, it happens.
It's unfortunate.
But hey, you're doing something right, because everyone likes you. Your following is insane, and it seems like people just really genuinely love you. I think that's the most important thing. Your personality is very dynamic. It's very engaging.
Thank you.
You're straight to the point, and you give the cold hard truth, but in a very nice way, in a very helpful way.
There's not a lot of females doing what we're doing, because in entertainment, it's oh, that's just pretty. That's you. You can't actually make money from it, or you can't actually take it seriously.
Right.
Which is, I like to add in the funny stuff, and then yo, this is actually concrete information you can use.
Yes.
So I like to balance it for sure.
I like it. I love the balance. I think the balance is working so perfect for you. What is your life motto?
Okay, so I refer to I'm a huge fan, I'm a huge family gal. I'm an only child, so one of them, the biggest thing I took away this year, it's to everyone in this age is trying to be like clout chasing, or like we're trying to hang out with people for the Instagram followers or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was one thing I read, it's kind of like saying to enrich others, you need to be rich in your heart, which means for me, it's like, if you want to give, you need to be content with yourself. And I felt like the reason why a lot of people can't make YouTube or they can't create content is because they don't have abundant confidence in themselves. So that just stimulates, not even for marketing, like you just need to love yourself first. So
Absolutely.
whether it's for me, it's like working out, just being really content, or creating your wealth first and then giving it to people who need it. That's where I think that's where abundance comes from, and that's how you build a real true brand, because you don't need anything from anyone. You just want to help people. And that's where I built my own.
I love that so much. I think that's so true. I had a similar quote that somebody told me. They were like, you can't pour from an empty cup. So kind of a similar concept, and I love that one. I live by it because sometimes I'm like stressed out and I'm like, I really want to like do this and do this and do this and do this, but it's so important to like take that step back and be like, you know what? I got to set some boundaries and chill for a sec. Yeah. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Okay, I have, whoa, there's so many. I actually never complain on YouTube because I always say, don't complain, Rebecca, that's not good for you. But now, I mean, I have an opportunity.
You have an opportunity, you have free
think.
reign. What is biggest pet peeve or first one that comes to mind?
Okay, so in this industry, you can probably relate, like there's just a lot of people that do things for transactional reasons. Like I scratch your back, you scratch mine, that's great. But some people wanna like, if it's not for their own benefit, they don't talk to you. Or it's for example, this one friend, of course, we're doing work together, and it's like when he wants something, it's like emojis and like voice messages, but when it doesn't, it's like one word, okay. And I'm just like, what happened here? Like, who are you?
Where's the love? Come
on. And it's just so frustrating, and I get it, because like you only want the transactional relationship.
Right.
But I feel like you need more transformational relationships, like helping each other grow instead of like, where's my coins, right? So
exactly.
A balance of both, but it's definitely annoying when people are like from, hey Jade, let's hang out, emojis and butterflies, and then it's like, okay, and like, okay, what happened here?
It's like, hey Jade, let's hang out, emojis, butterflies, bring your camera, we'll make a vlog. And then it's like, oh hey, do you want to get coffee? It's like, are we gonna create content with it? Is there something in it for me? Okay, no, bye. Yeah, those people are the worst.
It's not even like, it's like people that you wouldn't expect. It's actually people, it goes back to the abundance, right? Like, it's the people who don't have the cup full.
They don't have, yes, exactly. And they're like trying to grab it from everyone else. Yes, those people are like energy I read this
leeches, right?
Yes, they're like energy vampires, energy leeches. They just suck up your energy because they can't make it on their own. Okay, last question. If you could switch bodies with anyone for a day, who would it be and what would you do that day?
Okay, I love this. I don't ever get to ask these fun questions. Thank you. So I have a huge like female crush on Dua Lipa. I don't know, like she's literally just beautiful and talented. I love her message. If I was Dua Lipa, I don't have any singing capabilities. I help musicians with marketing, but I just wish I was vocally talented. I would literally just be Dua Lipa and sing on the streets and just literally make concerts every little block. And I probably just monetize it by making it like get some sponsors. I'll probably make a business opportunity out of it, to be honest. Like I have to, but I would just sing. I would just sing.
That's the entrepreneur coming out, and I love it.
I would honestly make a concert just for myself.
Yes, I love it.
Love it. Yeah, that's what I would do.
That's badass. I love that. Okay, well, that wraps up our interview. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Laura.
This was so fun. So for everyone watching, seriously, if you're trying to start a YouTube channel, Instagram, social media, which you should because it's 2018, Jade, where can they find you?
So my YouTube channel is Jade Dharma Wangza, but if you search Jade D, it should pop up. And same with Instagram, and you can also catch me on my social medias on Twitter and everything in between my website as well. Just search Jade D and it should pop up.
Oh my gosh, and you have, we didn't even talk about this, an app coming out.
All right, so my next business venture is called PBJ app. It's a personal brand journey app. So whether you need a habit tracker, if you need a content schedule, like, okay, remind me to post a selfie on this day, it'll really help you kind of learn and expand and also have the diligence. It'll be coming out August 2018 with my team. We're working super hard on it, and it's just my current biggest project right now. So I'd love if you guys could check it out.
So check out her YouTube videos. Once you're hooked on the YouTube videos, then in August you can download the app and you can get daily inspo, daily
content, daily grind.
Daily grind. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. Can you